Hello everyone, my name is Griffin and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 67. Flosstube number 67. Sorry. Trying to get some of this glare off of here. I turned the overhead light off because there's a light like right there somewhere. Anyway, and I turned it off. And the only other light source is two windows behind me, or behind the camera, and it got too dark in here to see. And with it not being sunny outside, there wasn't enough light coming in. So, eventually I will figure something out, even if it's just to put a lamp on or something. But, pardon me, I'm moving some stuff around on this table. Alright, if you're new here, welcome. This channel, my channel, is predominantly about fiber arts, cross stitch, crochet, hand embroidery, hand sewing, weaving, etc. Right now I have two playlists. One is this one, which is Flosstube, which is predominantly cross stitch. I do a little bit of embroidery and but you know, that's it for this playlist. And then I have another one that's my crochet. But today is all about my cross stitch. Sorry, I'm a little tired today. It is the 3rd day of December. Yule is right around the corner, just about 19 more days. That is the first day, official day of winter. It already feels like winter outside. I have subscribers all over the US, and the northern ones are reporting snow. The southern ones cold and wet, but no snow yet. So I'm in an area of Texas where we don't get snow normally. Year before last, 2023 in December, we had some snow, and I think in January we had some snow. Not like they get up north, no blizzard conditions or anything like that. It was just unusual. And then of course, when that big freeze happened, what was that, 21, 22? Can't remember yet. But the one that took down the Texas's energy grid because we weren't winterized. Who knew? Yeah, that was a big unexpected one, because that snowed all the way down almost to the Mexican border. That's a ways. But yeah, so today I have some start, finish, full finishes. I have 2 of those. I have a start and a finish, but not a full finish. I have a finish, a big finish for me. I have whip progress, so almost a full. I guess no, because I don't have a new start. So almost a royal flush. There you go. And I think I have what's called a full house. But yeah, I'm not worried about that. I just want to show you all the fun things that I have been doing. I have been very productive this past week. Had a lot going on, but managed to get some things done. This coming week is going to be very busy. I'm getting more hours at work as the closer we get to Christmas. Black Friday, I had to work. Yes, I had to work Black Friday. I had to close Black Friday, and that was busy. Worked Cyber Monday. That was busy. So today I have off, luckily, so I can do my Flosstube and get things going for you. There will not be a crochet fun video tomorrow, simply because I don't have anything to show. But as soon as I do, I will be showing it. I will do a cross stitch video. A crochet video. But right now I just don't have anything to show. So let's get. Oh, if you're new here, welcome. As I was saying, very, very welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I am so happy to see everyone here. I know there's a lot of tubers right now putting up videos, a lot of them doing Flossmas. I am watching several of them. I am managing to watch them, keep them up. So, I will be telling you, shouting those out here in a little bit. But yes, thank you for stopping in my little niche of the world and taking time to watch me. Hopefully you'll watch to the very end. If not, it's okay. I do have some books to review and shout outs, as I said. Don't think I have anything else. So, without further ado, let's get to it. I have some ornaments here that I finished. Start, finish, full finish. See if I can do this. I can put it on here so you can see it better. Here we go. It's a goose. It's a Canadian goose, I think. But it's a goose. This is one that a coworker of mine wanted. It's going to be their Christmas present for me. So I got that done. It's just a little pillow. Started it, finished it. And then we're supposed to be doing an ornament exchange or ornament swap, whatever, at work. And so I made and finished this one because we have a lot of males at work. Even females. I mean, they can give this to anybody they want. But, so that's the other. That's my start, finish, and fully finished objects. Little, but they count. They do count. I have a start and a finish, but I don't have a full finish. My little gingerbread man. I just got some felt, so I need to cut him free and then put felt on him in a hanger. Isn't it cute? This is so cute. Now, those three, all of those ornaments, let's see if I can reach it here. All of the ornaments are from my book, Leisure Arts' Best 250 Christmas Quickies. And I showed this when I first got this, or when I found this, I can't remember, months and months ago, but yeah, so this is in here. There are other ornaments, other designs that I'll eventually do, but for now I just did those. And those they got done. I am quite happy with that. And sorry, I don't know why this is here. Just found that. Okay, I'll put that down. That's not a part of that. Alright, so those are my start, finish, fully finished, my start and my finish. Now, my finish. I started this back in the beginning of the year, close to the beginning of the year. And, oh, pardon the smoke. That is actually an incense cone burning. It's doing fine, but it's putting off some very visible smoke. Sorry about that. I am not on fire, I promise you. But yes. But for those of you who have been following me, you have an idea of what this one is. I am very happy to have finished it. Like I said, it ended up being my third focus piece of the year. I was inspired to do it by Sarah, the Northwood Stitcher. It was a stitch along with her. Mine is now complete, so of course it's no longer a stitch along. I will be finishing it in the coming year. Just don't know when or how quite yet. But I finished Cardinal Points. I finished it. Look how beautiful it is. How fantastic it is. I am so chuffed, as the English say, and the Canadians say, and everybody, the Americans say. I am thrilled with this. I am beyond thrilled. I will be passing the chart along, just not right now. But yes, I am so happy with it. I am very, very, very happy with it. Yeah. I have that one checked off my list, and I still have poison and my stamp sled to do. If poison gets done this year, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. What am I talking about? I am talking about the difference between poison and medicine and poison. I call it poison by the Witchy Stitcher. And if you give me a moment, I will pull up the picture of what it's supposed to look like. Okay. Take me minutes on my tablet. Okay. And I have to take it to a good picture. So give me just a second. I am still just so happy about that. I wanted to cry when I finished, put that last stitch in there. Yes. I've been doing that for many, 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 many moons. Let's do this. Let's see. I hope you can see this. There we go. That is what it looks like when it's finished. The difference between medicine and poison by the Witchy Stitcher. I am doing that on 14 count Aida, black Aida, using the Call for DMC floss, 4/1. I fix my needle minder. Now, I finally was able to start on I didn't get a lot done because I was finishing up the others. So, please don't shoot me for that. I was trying to get it all done. But I did start on the quarter page. So, the top part is almost finished. It will look exactly like this when it's done. Let me put the corner up. So it's a mirror, almost a perfect mirror of this. Of course, let's see. This part of the M is not over there, so it's actually right here. This is going to take the place of that over there, and then it have that little skeleton there, the top part of it. Okay, so I've done all of this color here, which is basically the main part of the frame. I am working on, I did all of the white, the 3865, which is just highlights the skull, and so you can see that right there. Then I'm doing this here, which is the top, the main part of the skull. I will fill in all of the little bits and bobs around the skull here on this side, and then I will move down, and it's going to predominantly be the skeleton and a little bit over here probably. I'm not sure yet, but it'll definitely be this part of the skeleton. So, and that will be in this negative space here, and that will complete this quarter. What I'd like to do in the coming week, if it doesn't get too busy, is complete the quarter and then start on the bottom here, because this is actually cut into half. It's 3 pages, 1, 2, and then a quarter, and then it's 2 full pages down here at another quarter. So I'm going to get that done, and then of course it'll be done. Like I said, I am not worried about completing it before I'm done for the year, and I will be done for the year in 19 days. I will not resume stitching until New Year's Eve, but I will do a final live stream for the entire channel on the 21st, so you can see where I'm at with all of my projects. The crochet ones will roll over. I will also discuss plans for the new year. I have a lot of plans for the new year. Well, not a lot, but anyway, I have plans for the new year. So that was Medicine and Poison. 14 count black Aida, called for DMC threads, 4/1 to get that full coverage. Cardinal points was 18 count Aida with the called for Gentle Arts variegated threads. Cardinal points is a long dog sampler charted by the Gentle Arts, or produced by the Gentle Arts. It's charted by the Long Dog Samplers, and the artist was Linda Line. I think it was. I hope it was. My paper is down there. But the Witchy Stitcher did the difference between Medicine and Poison. Now the last one that I have is another Whip Progress. It's a small. And this one I found in the Cross Stitcher magazine of their January 2026 issue, which I found on Readly. Give me a moment to pull that up. And it is called Cross Stitcher. It's not called the Cross Stitcher. Cannot see what it is. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's just called Cross Stitcher. And let me get it onto the picture because I don't want to show the chart. These are, they're doing a year in stamps. It's like a stitch along. I am doing these individually. So I'm starting with, oh my God, you cannot see it. Wow. And that's as big as it's going to get. There's a lot of white around that. I am so sorry. But it's two children on a sled sledding down. It has world and then 15 pence or 15p, and then down at the bottom it says snow day. And it has the outline of a stamp and everything. It's supposed to be on 14 count Aida. I'm doing mine on 11 count white Aida, and I'm using thread from the stash. It calls for DMC thread, but I'm using thread from the stash, and I am using 6/1 just to get the full coverage that I need. And you can, wow. Let's see. I can't see it. Still can't see it. That's the sled. And I didn't do all the white. You can kind of see it here. Man, my lighting situation is bad. I apologize. I did more of the white up into here. I did 6 rows of white here. Then there's the sled. Can't really see the white, but you can see the sled. It doesn't look like a sled yet. There is some back stitching. These are shoes. There's a shoe over here. And there's going to be a shoe over here. And then, of course, the children. So, slowly but surely I'm getting that done. And now that I have finished Cardinal points and gotten the cross-stitch presents out of the way, I've got all those done. Or almost done. I've got to fully finish the gingerbread. Then I'll be able to work on Poison and the stamp more. I'm off today, so I will actually be crocheting today because I still have a lot of things to crochet. I have a big blanket that I'm still working on, which I've already told my coworker that's going to get it that it probably will not be done until after Christmas because I don't have the materials. It's taking a while to get the materials. Crocheting, not so bad. Materials, bad. So, there's that. But, I have some shout outs now. For those of you who are new here, my videos never really last more than 30-40 minutes. If I go an hour, it's usually because it's a live stream. Actually, live streams I think go like 2 hours. I try not to take up a lot of anybody's time, especially right now because there's a lot of Flossmas going on. Oh my goodness. And I know people have other Flosstubers they want to watch, other video tubers they want to watch. So, let me get to the shout outs now, and then I will discuss some books that I read. And if you don't want to hear about that, you can just, slide on out, and I will see you next week. But we'll do the shout outs. I have been watching Flossmas, Vlogmas, both. I have been watching cross stitchers predominantly, but there are 2 crocheters in here, and there are a couple that are mixed between crochet and cross stitch. So just bear with me. We'll try to keep them in some semblance of order. Off the Grid Needle Arts is new to me, but I'm sure they're not new to you. It is Caroline. It is her home YouTube channel. She is part of the Roxy Floss company creative team, I believe. Her name is Caroline, so yeah, I believe it. Yes, she's part of Roxy Floss. But she is doing it on her home channel. She is showing off the Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Advent Stitch Along. And she also shows pictures of her home where she's at. Not her home itself. No, it wasn't her. Yeah. I think her first one was of her home. And the second one, yesterday's, was of her office. Her workspace. She showed a little bit of the outside, and then she showed where her workspace. I wish I had that cozy of a workspace. That would be nice. But I highly suggest her, and I'm leaving hyperlinks in the description box below so that you can go check them out. I am watching Mad Morty and the Brom. It's actually Mad Morty because Brom's on the road. He may pop in from time to time if he's off, but typically Mad Morty does the Flossmas, and this is her 3rd year that this is my 3rd year watching her. I am not sure if she's just done the 3 years, pardon me, Flosstube knows, or not, but regardless, this is my 3rd year. The first Flossmas, she wore a silly little hat. She did not tell a silly joke. She usually tells silly jokes and wears silly hats. Well, this year she wore a silly hat but didn't tell a silly joke. Yesterday she didn't wear a silly hat and she did tell a silly joke. It was actually pretty good. But she is also doing the Roxy Floss Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along, Advent Stitch Along, as well as opening up oh my gosh, opening up an Advent box from Cara's something Emporium on Etsy. It's a gothic, not necessarily a Christmas Advent, but it's a gothic Advent, I believe is what she said, and it actually is really cool. She got you have to see her, go watch her to see what she got out of that box. It was actually pretty cool and useful. It's not a stitchy Advent, but she's finding it very useful for her cross stitching. So, pardon me. My chair. I can only sit in one position for so long and then my back starts to hurt. So that's 2. Mad Morty, I love her. So go check her out. She is Very fun to watch. She says in her part of England they do not get snow. She lives like 3 miles from the coast or something, so that might be why. Marcy, hi Marcy. Amnicron Studio. She is doing hers. She's doing it. What is she calling hers? It is an Advent, but she's doing 2 cross-stitch projects instead of opening up an Advent box like a lot of people are doing. She is just doing 2 specific ones. You have to go check her out. She's also showing beautiful footage of her home. They got snow. She said she's in Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Marcy, if I got that wrong, but I believe you're in Wisconsin. And they got their first snowfall right around Thanksgiving, and now they had gotten more snowfall night before last or something like that. I'm on day 3 now, so I think it's night before last. But you'll have to check her out, see all the wonderful things. She's got a beautiful little tree. People, she's never seen Die Hard. Never. I know she's a youngin', but wow. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, folks. Please pass it along. Encourage people to watch it. Especially since the actor will never be acting again. Bruce Willis was absolutely wonderful in that movie. Yes, it was an late 80s movie, I believe, but one of his better movies. So anyway, and I just started watching Cozy Oskui. Please, I'm sorry if I tore up your name. She is, when I met her, started watching her, she was doing diamond arts. She does a lot of diamond art. Oh my gosh. She encouraged me, inspired me to get some stuff. I don't know if I showed this to you guys or not. Sorry. I had to get something off the floor. Things are falling around here. But she was doing diamond arts, and she went and did some shopping at Michael's. Not at my Michael's, because we don't live in the same town. But she had gotten some diamond art from there, and then she's got a bunch of more diamond art that she's unboxing and showing. She does cross stitch. But like I said, when I first saw her, it was because of her diamond art. Pardon me, Flosstube knows. But I am doing this when I get a chance to. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's a trio of gnomes. I love gnomes. If you ever want to send me anything, make it a gnome or a cat. That's all I have to say. So, the reason why I'm bringing her up is because she is doing her very first Vlogmas today. And I have not watched it yet, but I will. I will. I saw it when I was getting the making my list of shout outs, and I saw it on there, so I have not seen it yet, but I'm going to. I will. I love her. She's fun. She's very, very new, so please go check her out and just give her a thumbs up if nothing else. Christy's Corner is doing an advent calendar. She's doing several things, actually. She's doing I'm trying to think. She's doing a candy box. She's doing a cross-stitch box and a beauty box. Yes, if I remember correctly, she's doing those. She's got beautiful purple hair. She's fantastic. I like watching her. She is phenomenal. She has some really cute cross-stitch pieces on the wall around her. Eventually, eventually, when I get my own place and have my own dedicated space for doing my videos, I will try to do something like that. Then there's Another person is doing their very first Flossmas, and I have not seen it yet because I caught it as I was making my list. But Woolly Sheep, she actually does cross stitch too. I mean, she does cross stitch and she does other fiber arts. But this is her very first Flossmas as well. Getting off to a weensy little late start, but still, it's 24 days of Christmas, so, get over it. But yeah, so she's doing her very first Flossmas this year too. I think that's fantastic. Way to go. I will be watching her as well. Please, just check these people out, and if nothing else, just give them a little thumbs up, let them know that they were watched and liked. Pardon me. This weather has been warm, cold, wet, cold, warm, cold, wet, cold. My sinuses are like just out of the. Now we have the last one for predominantly cross stitch is Creatively, and her name is Creatively. She is in Australia, and she is doing a not Christmas Vlogmas. I think she's doing Vlogmas, not Flossmas, but it says not Christmas or not Flossmas, something like that. She's not doing one related to Christmas, related to Christmas, or I don't think she's doing one related to stitching either. She has two. One is tees, which I really want to get, but I think it's I think the company is Australian. I'd have to look it up, but if I could get it, that would be fantastic. I mean, it's a little late in the year, but if I could try to get something later on. She is doing, it's the T2 Advent calendar, I believe, but it's different teas. There's a single serving in each of the little boxes, but they're a different tea. She did chai, she's done chai, vanilla, and some kind of green tea so far. She's very much worth a look. The other one she's doing is from it's food. She said they have like 5 full-size containers, something like that, and then the rest are like sample size of their smaller ones. I mean, these are full-size. She got a tin. A round tin, tall, about this big, that has some kind of it's got the seasoning for a cracker they call Shapes, that is very popular over there. It's like our goldfish or our not cheese nips, but probably like goldfish, because it has different flavors. These are all different shapes. They're little crackers that are shapes. The goldfish that we have are, they're shaped like goldfish. But we have like cheese and pizza and pretzel and a couple other ones. So that's what these are. These are different ones. And she got one that was a pizza seasoning for it. And you can put it on your food or on your pizza or whatever you want to put it on. So she's fun to watch too. She's doing it. She's trying to do her videos. Oops, sorry. As she's working too, in between middies and things like that. So I'm trying to remember if she's doing any stitching. I don't think she's doing any stitching. You'll have to check her out. That's all I gotta say. You gotta check her out. Now, pardon me. The two that I know are predominantly crochet is Amora. She's actually dyeing some of her own yarn and then making the stuff out of it. So she's got a really beautiful hat. She's showing how to do dyeing yarn in a jar, a big mason jar, which is cool. I've never seen it done like that, but in a mason jar, so she'll tell you how to do all that. And then No Catchy Name Crochet. She's doing some beautiful things too. I need to actually get caught up with her. I only watched one. I'm sorry, but I will watch the others and get caught up with her. I'm making time to watch these Flosstubers and these crocheters because I really, really want to support them during this time of year, and because they're just fun to watch. And I can't see myself not watching Morty during Flossmas. I just can't. I mean, she's become, that's part of my routine for Christmas, or for this season right now, is watching her on Flossmas. If she ever stops, I'm gonna cry. Though I'm sure eventually she probably will. I don't know. But yeah, so there's that. And that's all for my cross-stitching / crocheting / creative stuff. So if that's all you're interested in, later, I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. But if you're interested, I do have some books that I want to, three books written by the same author that I would like to talk about briefly. The author is Martha Rue, R-O-O, Martha Rue. She has done a three-book series called Eamon, Lasair, and Anail. The first two books were fantastic. Well written, well edited, everything flowed, great speed. The story it's a magical world, or there's magic in the world, but it's still, separate from regular people. And, there's witches and warlocks. Well, they don't necessarily call them warlocks. They're all magicals. And, she ends up being something called an alchemist, which is different from what we know as alchemy. An alchemist, it's got a good twist to it. Still changing one thing from another, but also going further than that. And the names of the books are the names of her dragons. Now, there were no dragons in the world until this woman almost dies. And then suddenly these 3 lizards that she saw turn into 3 dragons. You'll have to read it. It was a great series up until book 3. Now, I did read the author's note or whatever it is at the end of the book, so I have a little bit more of an understanding of why this book ended up to be but still, professionally, she dropped the ball. I don't know if she put these out herself. If she did, that makes more sense as to why the book ended up the way it is. If she did not, if she had somebody professional doing it, then they owe her money. Because they dropped the ball. Halfway through the book, not even halfway through the book, the flow got interrupted. Now, I'm reading these online. These are ebooks, so that's more of a concern because editing these are pretty easy to do as long as you're paying attention. It felt like it was missing parts. I'd be reading a chapter, turn the page, and then it would be either a scene was in the middle of a scene, or it just some action had just finished, but there was no real continuity between the two, between the 2 pages. There was pronouns that were being used interchangeably for the same creature. It was a she, and they kept, one sentence said he, and the next sentence said she. And, I mean, that's a proofreader right there that's not checking that. It felt so rushed. So rushed. And I know she was having personal issues and things like that during this time. But unless you were rushing to meet a deadline because you had a deadline, there's no excuse for that. I mean, personally, if you're going through a bad patch and you're writing, unless you've got a prearranged publisher deadline that you have to meet, I wouldn't even be worried about the writing. I would just be like, okay, I'm going to put this aside. Now, if it's a professional team that has already taken your manuscript and is doing all the proofreading and all that stuff, then they're not doing their job at all. Really. I mean, it's, of the 3 books, it's the worst, and I feel bad for her. I mean, I empathize with her, but I'm not reading anything else by her. Simply because that book is so rushed. It was so rushed. And by now, they should have fixed it. They should have realized it. Somebody should have said something to her. Or to them. You know, other reviewers should have said something about it. I will definitely be saying something on Goodreads about it. But eventually. Not right now, but eventually. If I remember. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I really don't want to leave bad reviews, but I don't want to be disingenuous or just basically omit the truth either. If somebody asks me if I like it, I'm going to tell you like I did now. Not that one. The other ones were great. Characters were great. Development was great. Everything was moving along, and then that 3rd book hit, and it's like, whoa. So, yeah. It was good. So those are the 3 books. I'm still watching Midsummer Murders. I'm up to season 6 now. Almost season 7. I'm rewatching them while I'm waiting for 25 to drop. Season 25. Or is it 26? I think it's 25 to drop. And it won't drop till next year because of problems, whatever they had going on over there. So yeah. But that's still one of my favorite British shows. English shows. So anyway, that's it. I am done, and I waffled along for about 42 minutes, so I'm going to get out of your hair now. Happy holidays, happy stitching, happy crocheting, happy whatever you're crafting, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Bye!